You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like
He's
it.
corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live from Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Monday, January 9th, 2023. Yes, we are live. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef. Welcome back.
Thank you, buddy. It's good to be back. And let me be the last to wish you guys all out there a very happy new year.
Yeah.
Very odd to have this time off as we go into the second week. I was on the TUSD vacation schedule. People were like, why are you taking this week off? Well, it just made sense to take the last week of December off and the first week off because my daughter, was off from school as well. And I was figuring, okay, 2 weeks, we're going to have a lot of fun. There's lots of different plans we were going to do. We're going to, party down on New Year's Eve. We're going to go up to Pine Top. We're going to do all this fun stuff.
Yeah.
Did nothing.
Oh.
Absolutely nothing. In fact, actually, the entire 2 weeks was just me trying to avoid sickness left and right. My girlfriend was sick the week of Christmas, immediately after Christmas.
Yeah.
So didn't get the party on New Year's Eve. She's all like queasy, throwing up, going to both ends and stuff. So I had to stay home for that. So we ended up just doing mushrooms because I'm like, well, if you're going to throw up, you might as well be throwing off these shrooms.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, and just watching movies. Happy New Year to me. And then the following week, my girlfriend's feeling better. I'm like, cool, we got a whole week of vacation, to my daughter. I'm like, let's get some stuff done and have some fun. Then she gets sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole time. So I'm playing Dr. Dad the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah. And just missing work. Like, oh, you bitches, I could be at work right now getting money instead,
I love that you did actually make a post about all this time off sucks.
I know.
When does that happen, right?
Right. Yeah. And, I shared that post on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page and the Razor deleted it.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I mean, at least he's just an on-air personality, not like he's management or nothing, not like me promoting the show coming back benefits the station at all. So why even?
Oh, why did he delete that one?
Because he's a dick.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome back. My New Year's resolution is to point out to everyone how much of a dick Razor can be. Because, come on, bud, there's no reason to delete that. It was a promotion. It was a post just saying, hey, guys, come, the show's back live Monday.
Yeah.
Right? That was the general consensus or the moral of the post.
Yeah.
And it was deleted almost 30 minutes later because he needed to make a post 2 hours later about the umbrella lady getting hit by a car.
I saw that.
Yes. And hopefully she'll, recover fully and then they catch the person that hit her. But, it's like, come on, man. So that was my vacation in a nutshell. You did a good job holding it down for me and I appreciate it. And I hope you guys, didn't go too insane. We have a lot of fun in store for this calendar year. In fact, actually, the best part about taking 2 weeks off is just taking a step back and looking forward. And that's essentially what I was doing. That was the only thing I was doing. In fact, and the one thing I don't like about not working is that I forget to brush my teeth. I probably brushed my teeth 3 times the entire 2 weeks. I'm sorry, man.
What's the matter?
I have a routine. I'm a routine person. So is anyone else? There's got to be other people. It's like, hey, if you take a week off, you only brush your teeth 2, maybe 3 times because you're like, oh, damn, I forgot to brush my teeth. It's already 5 o'clock. I haven't brushed my teeth already. It's already 5 o'clock.
Oh my God.
You're not the same way?
No, I've made brushing my teeth an OCD.
Okay.
If I'm in bed and I realize it, I'm like, and I'll try to not. No, I got to get up and brush my teeth.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was a lot of times if I don't brush my teeth before 10 a.m., then I'm like, well, why bother now?
Oh my God.
Yeah, so my dentist appreciates the fact that I'm back on the job.
Yeah.
I thought I was not the only one in that situation. Maybe I am the only one. But
You don't have to take days off from just hygiene if you're off.
I'm on vacation. What do you
Apparently.
want me to do? That sounds like work to me. All right, let's get things going. We got some of the old favorites returning, and we got some new stuff that we're going to debut with you today. The Morning Moron is coming up after we do a little bit of Metallica, and I have tickets to give away. In fact, I want to give away a pair of tickets right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, all this week we're giving away tickets for Jerry Cantrell. He is coming to the legendary Rialto Theater. But if you want to see him for free 99 as a thank you, nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Welcome back to the podcast broadcast. It's good seeing all these beautiful faces back on the stream. And good morning, everybody. Of course, please welcome Mari. Good morning, Mari.
Hi, hello.
All right. What's up, Dre? What's up, Patrick? What's up, Manny, Anthony, Nick, all our OG streamers. Nick the Bearded Wonder. Good seeing you here on the stream. All of you guys missed you. So we're excited about this new year, and we want to include you even more so. I mean, obviously, you guys interact with us, throughout the podcast broadcast, which is great. The league, the Beef Vegan Presents the League, is going to return. And we just need to get some things to help organize our daily tally. So what happens with this running league, which we'll do our spring edition here, is we like to play games. As you know, we haven't even played any games this morning, and we don't have any plans for any games this morning. Not just yet. Got too many things to kind of get going. But we will get the games going again and tally up those win-losses as we'll put that on the board. Now, everybody is going to be involved. Of course, we got our main players' powers. So Mari, Rico, Weirdo. We'll even include Herb Stratford to lose. Somebody's got to be last place. Shane from Tucson Foodie, so on and so forth. And, of course, you guys. So, obviously, you've seen that we've been able to patch people in on the podcast broadcast stream simply by sending them an email invite and talking to them through their iPhone. So streamers, I'm talking to my OGs here, all of you guys who are participating on the show, be ready to be included on the stream to pop up and also be a part of this league to see if you could also compete against Powers and everyone else on the show to see who is the best at all these wacky games that we play. There'll be times when it just racking up points where it's Powers against a listener calling in, or people going heads up that are in the league, or even just outside mercenaries trying to just give you or give one of our players just an L just to be a dick and maybe win some tickets.
Who do you think won the most last year?
Actually, if I went through my digital files, and this is why we're going to actually have a whiteboard or something of that substance behind Mari there in the window. And we were supposed to have a new studio too, but surprise, surprise, motherfucker, everything is the same. I don't even think they cleaned.
Not everything. Look how yellow it is around here now.
Is it yellower? Well, okay, yes, on the stream. And shout out and thanks, Powers, for doing all that digital graphic magic that you do so well. But where was I at? I was bagging on Scott. Okay, we were promised a new studio. That's not happening.
What's going on the whiteboard?
Or to make scoreboard, hang some stuff up so it's a little more like cool in here. Get some more. I want to hang up more photos and things too. Stuff that makes it a little more personal.
Yeah, but it's tough. It's tough for two reasons. One, we have the padded walls, right? So that makes it difficult to hang up photos. It doesn't make it easy, and then they don't really want hard screws in the walls.
Yeah.
And then two, they secretly fucking despise me, and they don't want anything that personalizes this studio with our show, with the exception of this beautiful banner.
Yeah.
Because they can't say nothing on that because they're like, God damn, that looks expensive. We would never pay you that much, so we can't take it down, right? So I don't know. We'll see. We will get a new studio at some point, and hopefully it'll be within the next couple months.
You were going to say who you think
You
won.
really think so?
Well, I said I have to look through my digital files. I won't be able to do that right now
okay.
because it would distract me and for too long. But well, okay, that's the reason why you want to say that. Well, Mari did have a fantastic record and win-loss percentage. So,
True.
It would be
Right.
between you two for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. That was old. This is new. The season will begin next week as we
Okay.
gear up for it. So be ready.
I'm
Be ready to compete. Yes.
Mhm.
next Tuesday because we're off on Monday already.
Oh, already.
Rock on 2.1 KFMA. We're live on the podcast broadcast with Miss Mari. Good morning, Mari.
Good morning.
You guys can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, so you can see how much weight we gained over the holidays. We have a lot of stuff that we're going to get to both on air and on the podcast broadcast stream. Coming up next, though, I want to break down this list that I found fascinating. Yes, it was this guy's. We all have our things that we're into, right? This one guy geeks out on old newspaper clippings, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, he loves going through old newspaper clippings and he's sharing what he finds.
That's my dad.
Is that like your dad?
Yeah.
Well, there's a guy who put together a list of predictions for 100 years into the future. So he went through and found newspaper predictions from 1923 from experts who predicted what the world would be like 100 years in the future. Well, we are currently in the present. That's 100 years from now. And some of these predictions became true. Some of them were wildly off. We're going to share all of them after Drowning Pool, but we're keeping the conversation moving on youtube.com/beefvegan. It's the podcast broadcast. And here's Giovanni and the Hired Guns with Ramon Ayola. Just call it Ramon Ayola. Whatever. We're live. This is me being defeated.
We're live.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, what's up, Jay? Clear out the conference room and convert that into your new studio. Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
Right. What up, Jay?
Yeah.
That would be good, actually. There's we need equipment in there and all that.
No,
right?
trust me, there are egos in this building that would be too butthurt if I had a room bigger than theirs.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen in any reality. They can't knock down any walls. They can't do any of this stuff. So, it is what it is. The idea was I was going to take 2 weeks off, and one of the reasons why I chose the weeks that I did was so that they can renovate the studio and not get in the way, and I wouldn't have to take any extra time off. And then at the very last minute, actually a day after the last minute, it was revealed that this wasn't going to happen, which infuriated management, and they're working on it. A whole bunch of sorries and negligence, whatever. And I can't spend all my energy bitching about it. I'm just like, it didn't surprise me at all. And I'm like, fine. When you do build the studio, I know you're going to try to do that in a weekend. Take your fucking time, bro. And you can go into Monday and Tuesday because then I'm going to take some extra time off. And that's on you. That's not on me. Right?
Vacay.
Yeah, vacay. It's like, give me a vacay. It's called your incompetency vacay. I'll tell you this, and I am supportive of our engineer. I do like him, right? But I did complain to Mac, and I said, look, the problem with him not doing this is that it makes everyone so dependent on him getting his job done that they're like, well, I can't do anything until he gets his job done. And then you get complacent with doing nothing. And I'm tired of people in the building being complacent with doing nothing. You know what I mean? And that's my argument against it. And I'm like, okay, now let's stop doing nothing. The pandemic's been over. All right.
Yep.
We've had a boss for a while. Right.
Yeah.
There was the good 8 months we didn't have a boss, and it was like the inmates running the asylum. You would think it was great to not have a boss and know that you could just not get fired because there was no one in position to fire you. And yeah, for a little bit it was, but then after a while you're like, wait a second, well, are we going to go out of business because nobody's doing shit?
Yeah.
Right. Now that's changing, but that's a little inside baseball talk. KFMA Day possibility? No. Unfortunately, Paula, it doesn't look like we're going to have KFMA Day. But we might have a fall ball, and we're working on stuff. And that's all I can reveal at this point. Now, I will say this, though. 420 is right around the corner. So, and we're friends with Tucson Foodie. So I do have plans that I'm trying to put together for something very fun in collaboration with Tucson Foodie around 420. So we'll see. And something big-ish, not KFMA Day big, but not Rialto Theater small.
Okay.
So something that would be outdoorsy that we could kind of fill in replacement of. But there's a lot of work, and that involves food, music, and beer. Right? That's a party. Like if there's one thing that I know how to do and always done is throw a good party. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And so yes, and it would be like a 420 festival, but it would be kind of like a wink 420 festival. Like, because you can't be on radio saying, hey, come out and smoke weed with us. But you'll know we'll be saying subliminally, come out and smoke weed with us.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, and shout out to Lindy on his next venture. I went to Thunder Bacon Burger Company on Saturday.
Mhm.
Saturday, yes.
Saturday.
Which was his last day in operation at that location. Now, the good news is for Thunder Bacon Burger Company is that they're not out of business. They're just moving locations. It's going to take them a couple months. They'll still be downtown, but hopefully it'll be a better location. So
I'm surprised he's even going to stay downtown then. Is he moving downtown, staying on 4th?
he's staying, no, he's staying downtown, but I don't think on 4th. I don't know exactly where the location is, and nor would I be able to reveal it, but
Sure.
yeah, he's going to be in that general area.
Okay.
I don't know if the parking is going to be better, but
That's my point about it.
yeah. All right. And Jay's asking, like, block off downtown Tucson big? No, but maybe like Rieto Park big, kind of like, big. Like, that's the goal. And already, like I said, I've already got moving pieces in place.
Yeah.
And I got people excited, and it's just working about some particulars. So yes. And then against baby bands and just having a good old time. So
Heck yeah.
that's a goal.
Yep.
Yeah. Mari's in late today because her kids had pink eye.
Yeah.
And this is the first time you've had kids with pink eye?
Yeah.
Do they still have pink eye?
It's
I
not
don't-
that bad.
I don't
What?
think I'm contagious. I
Oh.
don't have pink eye.
Yeah.
Good
And I
point.
wash my hands.
Look,
Okay, good.
yeah. And she's like, should I come in? They got pink eye. And I'm like, absolutely come in. I don't give a shit about pink eye. It's not COVID. And, like, it's not that contagious. So I'm not going to do butterfly kisses with Mari. And, this is the problem that you're going to continue to have if you continue to let your boys sleep in the same bed with you and your husband after taco night.
Oh my God.
That's what it was. You farted in your son's faces and they got pink eye. Huh?
No, I don't know. I think we went to like a really popular like kid place,
Well, that'll do it.
and then boom. And we always get something after that place.
Yeah, it's called the ball pit.
Yeah.
Any ball pit, place,
Mhm.
pink eye place.
It's true.
Yeah.
But eye drops, Walgreens takes care of that. So like my
Yeah.
daughter was sick and she's like, you need to take me to a doctor. And I'm like, no, I am the doctor. I'm going to Walgreens. And I went to Walgreens, loaded up. And of course I had Mexican amoxicillin, knocked that
Oh my
cold out in
God.
less than 24 hours. Baboosh.
You
Now
and
she
your
still can't hear
medications.
out of one ear, but she'll
Oh
be
my
fine
God.
eventually. Rock on 2x1 Cafe. Welcome back. Beef Vegan Presents. We are live on the podcast broadcast. The party's going on. A lot of people on the stream. So you could join in on the conversation and the fun. YouTube.com/Beef Vegan. While you're there, subscribe. But I do want to share this list. This list is fascinating. Again, as I was saying, somebody went through old newspapers from 100 years ago and found predictions from quote unquote experts at the time on what the world will be like 100 years in the future. And here's the top 10 predictions I came across. Some of these came true. Now, some of them are wildly off. Okay. So here's one that's wildly off, but I wish we were at some point in 1923, we were on a trajectory to have this be a reality, but somewhere along the lines, it went in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Someone predicted that we will work a max of 4 hours a day.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not even for morning radio hosts. Well, most. That's not true. Some. Well, yes, absolutely. But the headline was one that said no more hard work by 2023. They said electricity would make it possible. Now, we are kind of getting close to that
Yeah.
in
But,
a lot of different ways.
but the problem is that's just wiping out like all of, every family's ability to take care of. Oh, we're going to replace cashiers with automatic this. We're going to replace entire grocery stores with automatic. So
Yeah.
it's also a problem
Yes,
that's not
it
been
is.
solved.
In fact, actually, Walmart's been doing this self-checkout for a long time,
Oh,
and they've been
yeah.
having such a problem with people shoplifting that they're like, wait, we might have to actually pay people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's a prediction. Women will paint their teeth black to be fashionable.
Ugh.
Okay.
It's happened
Really?
in like Japan. Like geishas do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're weird. Instead, a lot of people whiten their teeth now. So it kind of went the opposite. But yeah, geisha fashion, huh?
Yeah.
What, in the last 30 years?
No,
or was
I
this-
think a long time ago.
Yeah, you're talking like even before these predictions were made.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I've definitely seen some women with black teeth, but it's not a fashion choice. That was just a side effect of meth.
Yeah.
All right. They say gasoline will be replaced by radio waves.
What?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. So this is a wild prediction. It was way off. So powering your car by blasting radio waves. somehow.
Wow, that's
Uh,
there's no science behind that.
Well, you got to think around the
Type
time Tesla was around and he was trying to do like wireless electricity. And
Yeah.
I think we do somewhat have wireless electricity. So, I mean, at the time, if you were paying attention to Tesla and his theories, you could think that
Well,
it's in a ballpark
you
and
know
they can
what?
figure that out.
Yeah, you're right, because it wouldn't be radio waves, but if we have electric cars, if you think about the future, eventually it'll be wireless charging electric cars.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. So, maybe they're a little bit off by about 20 years.
Yeah.
Huh.
They say that the average life expectancy will be 100 years old. And another expert said 300.
what?
Yep. Now, the
How?
average back in the U.S., back then, 100 years ago, was only 57 years
Yes.
old.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it? The average now is like, is it 80?
It's 76.
76. Okay.
Yeah. The oldest living person is set to be 119 next month, actually.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Not 300.
No, way off on that. Only the rich will live to be 300. In fact, actually, I came across a list today, some states where you're expected to live longer than others. I think the top states, Hawaii was one.
Oh,
Yeah. And then I think Minnesota was one in the top
Really?
3. Yeah. Which I'm like, Hawaii made sense because tropical paradise,
Yeah,
you want to live
aloha.
forever there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Why would you want to live longer in Minnesota?
No.
Because you just don't drive as much. Maybe you're buried in snow, so maybe it just cuts down on the car
Maybe
fatalities.
it is the snow. It's the cold,
Yeah.
cryogenics, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. So I was thinking that too. They're just kind of keep preserving you.
Cryogenics. You got 3 real scientists here right now.
Yeah. As far as the states where you live the shortest, the South. Just everything in the South.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll share one more prediction here, and then we'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. They said in 100 years, in 1923, 100 years from then, cancer would be eradicated. Now, that's not yet, but we are making pretty good progress.
Yep.
So we're getting close to that. And again, that'll be good news for the rich. Not so good news for the rest of us.
Nope.
And then I will actually add it, end on this note. They predicted in 100 years that there would be no more ugly people. Yeah.
There's far less ugly people.
Far less. Yes,
Yeah.
we're getting there. We're still way off.
Yeah.
Yes. And they thought beauty pageants would become obsolete because it would be almost impossible to choose a winner. We're all beautiful. We need some ugly pageants here. So we're going to share some more here on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/bevegan, or keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1. It'd be fun to make some predictions from 100 years from now.
I mean,
Not that
maybe-
we know.
Can we have an ugly pageant? I think that's just a good fun event to have. Let's just do that.
Yes, I actually like that idea, and I'll put that in my notes because you got to reward the ugly people somehow, right?
I think that's amazing.
Absolutely. And we would have to clarify that we will not be allowed to enter the ugly pageant because I think I
Of
might,
course. No.
yeah, it might get people just discouraged. Like, you guys are already going to win, so why the fuck would I apply?
Yeah. Shoot straight to the top.
Can I give you a fun fact?
Yes.
It all
and
has
then-
to do with what we're talking about.
Okay, good.
Do you know what George Jetson's job was? If we're talking about predicting the future.
Okay, yeah. So the Jetsons came out in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
about the 50,
60s,
60, something like that.
50, 60. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was black and white, then color.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and they were obviously living in a futuristic world. So
Yep.
what's a prediction? Did they get right?
Okay. No, George Jetson's job
Oh,
was
yeah.
that he works at Space Express. He's a digital index operator, which means he has to push a single button once for 3 hours a day.
Oh, yes.
That's his job.
Yeah.
Like that's the version of the future job is I go to work for 3 hours a day and I push a single button.
Huh.
See, so I mean, there was a lot of people back then, and that was only about 30 years removed from these predictions. So
Yeah.
who knows? They were probably thinking it was going to be that way. Somewhere along the line, some uber elite presidents and company owners were like, "No, we want to actually work our employees to the grave."
Yeah, to death.
Yeah,
We want to work all their fingers to the bone
right.
is
Yeah,
the trick.
as opposed to making life pleasurable for everyone.
Yeah.
Let's see. They said here's some other predictions. Flying from Chicago to Germany would only take 18 hours.
Huh.
And they were too conservative with that one because it's really half that now.
Yeah,
So-
it's not that far.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a 9-hour flight. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I discovered just recently? And because I'm a fucking moron, and
that?
I don't know if I ever discovered this before vacation, but that when you fly, oh no, I think it was on vacation. So my friend Kim, who's the announcer for the Tucson Roadrunners, is in UK right now.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
Yeah. So she's on vacation, enjoying that. And I've never been to the UK. I haven't been outside of North America. But she says that they actually fly north. Right. So instead of going over the
Oh.
Atlantic, per se, they do fly over some of the Atlantic. They actually go like over Michigan, over Canada, and they go over the North Pole essentially because it's a shorter route than going
Weird.
from west to east, so to speak.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, like I didn't know that either. Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's like you're just looking at the map as a Westerner so much. You're not even thinking like, oh yeah, if we actually look at the globe, yeah, it's A to B is a lot quicker going this way than going the long way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I discovered that. And if you didn't know that as well, you're welcome. All right, let's see. They say homes won't have kitchens anymore. Well, that's fucking bullshit because we're only getting fatter by the day. So
Yeah, but
you know.
people don't use their kitchens. They Uber. They
Uber
Eats.
Eats.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
Lyft. There's
Yeah.
a lot of fast food.
You're right. Actually, I have that in my notes. So that one basically said that we'd have to make food using quote unquote chemical formulas, and we wouldn't need to cook, but we do have Uber Eats and DoorDash.
Mhm.
They said that telepathy would exist. Yeah.
What?
I think. I mean,
Well,
it's
wait.
possible.
No, now there is a little bit of that.
With what?
With technology. So even years ago, remember years ago, you're trying to be like, oh, they made the voice recognition software and you try it and it was terrible.
Mhm.
And now it is just standard.
Mhm.
A few years ago, my roommate bought this thing where he can control the mouse and can
Yeah.
control certain stuff. And he did. He shaved his head because it was better to do it. And he wears the thing.
What a nerd.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because why not? But I shaved my head. Same thing. He's like, you know what? Let's just do it.
I just
Shave
need
it
this to
down
work
because he
more.
wanted to see if this thing really works.
And it did.
It does work, but it's a bit much.
It's sketchy. Yeah.
And now I bet it's probably been 7 years since then. I bet it works a lot better now.
Maybe more expensive versions work it. And that
Yeah.
would be great for people who are like quadriplegic.
The Oculus has some of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're close to that.
Mhm.
This one prediction, though, said that we'd even be able to speak telepathically with babies. And
Oh.
do you think, Mari, that you speak telepathically to your babies?
Yeah.
I knew you would. All right.
I do think I'm really in tune with my little dudes, though. Yeah, a
Uh,
little bit.
all right. Well, that's I guess mother's intuition or whatever. Sometimes my mother could just shoot me a look. I know what she's thinking.
Well, the other day it was
Right.
really quiet, right? And I just knew, so I went and looked at Nico, and he had like a little Lego man in his mouth. He was like,
Yes.
and I was like, oh god, okay. So like something like told me to like go grab it, or
Yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
to go check on him.
Yeah.
So
That's that mommy sense.
Right. I want to shout out to JJ and Andrea as well, joining us on the stream. Good to see you guys. And final prediction here that they had was kidney koozies,
what?
like beer koozies, but keep your internal organs warm. Yeah.
Wait, why?
I don't know. I don't know why this is a prediction, why you need to keep your kidneys warm. Because in the notes, too, people are like, isn't that just like a note? Or I'm sorry, a coat?
Yeah.
Isn't that just a coat to keep your kidneys warm?
Oh, like an actual so not like removing the kidney from your body and then keeping it warm. That's what I envisioned. Was
That's
like
what I
a
envisioned.
loose
No, you just
kidney.
gotta you wrap a koozie around your
Oh, so it's
kidney.
like
But that's what I have my beer belly for, right? You know, like
Yeah.
that's what fat is.
You got to remember, this is the 20s. So people are
Skinny.
emaciated
Yes.
and fast food hasn't been
Ah.
invented.
It's funny too, because around the same time I came across just yesterday. This was on hold on, Robin. Robin, let me send you an invite so you could pop in on the podcast broadcast stream because I meant to text you this morning because this is super funny. Because Robin said, Happy New Year, beef. Nice to not text me back. So I'll explain why, Robin. I'm sending you an email right now. So yes, jump in on the stream. I don't care if you have your face on or not. So
no.
but like I was saying, I saw on social media there was like a kind of a fat guy club that was a big deal back in the 1920s because it was hip to be fat because so many people were skinny. So it was a very difficult thing to do. And then one club had up to 10,000 members. And I saw these photos again. I think it was on Instagram. All these fat ass guys just like pimping.
Because it meant that you were, and it used to mean wealth.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I'll explain to you, Robin, why I did not respond. She said this week, let's do it. Okay, fine. She has no time to jump on. Oh, let me explain since you're listening though. Okay, so Robin texted me Happy New Year like a week after the fact. And just to be funny and a dick, I was gonna wait like a day to respond, but then I forgot. So she said, hey Brad, I realize I never wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. So I hope that all was merry and bright, which is super sweet. I'm hearting it now.
Nice.
I left her on unread and I was just gonna be like, yeah, this would be funny if I just respond back tomorrow. And then I got shit to do, right? And then,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Busy guy.
Busy guy. Sorry. I'm a busy guy on my vacay. The Grand Theft Auto is not going to play itself.
Yeah.
You got your would you rathers for us, Maury?
I could. Is this on air or off air?
It's going to be on air. So I'm going to give
Oh,
you a
no.
chance to put that together here. And earlier this morning, we had our first morning moron of the year. And in case you missed it, it went like this. All right, starting off a long old school Metallica, Wherever I May Roam, right here on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the show. It's now 6:13 and time for morning moron. Let's do this. Oh, yes. Now, ever since pandemic, masks have been a thing that people are just used to. In fact, actually, I'm sure most everybody has at least one mask at their house at their disposal at any given time,
Yeah.
right? So there's no reason not to wear a mask when you're committing a crime.
Right.
Because they made it normal. I mean, hell, you could walk into a bank now with a mask on and people will not even bat an eye. They'll just think you're being precautious.
Used to be illegal.
Yes, used to be illegal. Now it's encouraged. All right. Now, the reason why I say this is because our morning moron here, well, he did have a mask and he was a porch pirate, right? Now, this is a situation where you could be wearing a mask to cover your face because every single doorbell essentially has a camera attached to it now.
Yes.
They know. Well, cops in Tulsa, Oklahoma have arrested this man after he stole a package while wearing women's underwear on his head to hide his identity. Okay, now these weren't granny panties, and this is why he's a morning moron, right? If they were granny panties, that's covering up a large portion of your face, right?
Yes.
He went with the old G-string.
Oh, okay.
How you gonna wear G-string to try to hide your identity? If anything, all you do is look like a pirate. Now he was wearing it backwards too, so I'm looking at the screenshots, which you're gonna be able to see on the podcast broadcast. Now that he has male pattern baldness,
Yeah.
and the way it works is it almost looks like because he was wearing a mask. Like a COVID mask, right?
Uh-huh.
But he had it pulled down below his nose because he's, a mouth breather. And then he had the thong on top of his head, which kind of obscured his vision and barely covered up his male pattern baldness. Either way, at the end of the day, it was an open and shut case for the cops.
Yeah.
They found him pretty quick as he was caught on security camera. The cop recognized him. So
It was that good.
yeah, it's old Pantyhead.
Yeah.
Oh, I know old Pantyhead. See him, he's always asking to put on panties for his mugshot. This guy's got an issue. Now, they recognize him because he also wore panties on his head during a few other recent porch pirate thefts. He's like the wet bandits.
Yeah.
It's my brand, man.
Exactly right.
Being a thief and a pervert's kind of my thing.
Yeah. He's the calling card.
His name's Spencer. Doesn't matter. Police showed up at his house. I'm guessing it's an apartment, and he wouldn't let them in until they got a warrant. Oh, it's pretty smart for a guy with panties on his head.
Yeah.
But then they did get a warrant, and once they did, he's like, okay, you got me. He surrendered.
Oh, you got me.
And now the Tulsa Police Department made fun of him on Facebook, posted screenshots, and they called the underwear, quote, unusual and questionably effective. And I guess that's the understatement of the day.
Yeah.
He's facing multiple charges for larceny, grand larceny, and knowingly concealing stolen property. And for all those reasons and more, he's definitely a morning moron. You're going to have to see these pictures because they're hilarious. I'll even post them on my Facebook page at Beef Vegan. Let's hit the reset. We got more Beef Vegan Presents coming up next. Don't go away. So that was a morning moron from earlier this morning. And yeah, the resolution is a little different from pre-recorded as live. So we'll work on that. What do you guys think of the background color scheme for 2023 that Power has put together? We decided to go with the Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Yellow and black is a classic combination. We're going to be on here in about 3 seconds. So let us know in the comments. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's always a pleasure having Mari in studio. And Mari always gives me these like insane would you rather scenarios. And we actually used to do a video series about it back in the day. And we're going to bring that back in 2023. Nice little segment with Mari. Now, here's the deal with would you rather, Powers. You have to answer like one or the other and explain why. Okay. You can't just do, no, I wouldn't do either because this is one of those impossible situations and scenarios where you get put in. You have to do one or the other.
Fine.
Okay. So, Mari, what is the first would you rather scenario for us?
All right.
It's always a bad sign when she's laughing before she asks.
Okay. Would you rather have a nagging Siamese head, right, attached to your back,
Okay.
or an insightful Siamese head attached to like your groin, like you're like right there.
Well, do I still have my parts?
You have
Yeah.
all your parts. Yeah, you just have this like head, one that like nags
Oh.
at you, and one that's like actually like
I want a smart guy buy my stuff. That's a good
But
time.
he's gonna be like right by your crotch, and like so when you have sex,
hmm
He's gonna help out. And he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like literally having Alexa attached to your penis, right? You ask it any question, it's going to give you the answer. And in fact, actually, I mean, it might sound muffled, but it'd be like, to the left, to the left, right? I think,
that's true.
and I would agree with you on that one. I
Yeah.
mean, a nagging Siamese head on my back. I mean, I'm already in a relationship, I already got one of those. So it would be nice to have something helpful between my legs because I know I got nothing. All right. What else is
Okay.
in your would you rathers?
All right, this one's a little toned down, but would you rather be forced to listen to the same 5 songs on repeat for the rest of your life, or
Mhm.
forced to watch the same 2 movies on repeat for the rest of your life?
Mm.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is Chinese torture either way.
Yeah, it is. I think I'd rather watch 2 movies.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Which
song-
2 movies?
Uh,
or
well,
which-
Three.
Well, if it's movies I get to pick, let's see, probably Clerks and Ace Ventura.
Ooh, good choice.
Yeah, and The Iron Giant's my most watched movie. Is my favorite movie.
Yeah, I don't know if those movies would hold up. I've seen Shawshank Redemption a bunch of times, Forrest Gump a bunch of times, and those are both longer movies with good soundtracks.
True.
And I think that would make
Gang-
you go
Gangs of New York. Is
Gangs of
Oh,
New York
that's
as
a good
well.
one.
pinnacle.
Again, because
Uh-huh.
it's longer.
Yeah.
So I think that helps out. I would do the song.
I feel like you'd go crazy.
I think you'd go crazy.
I already do go crazy. I work in corporate radio. I hear the same song
Oh,
over
yeah,
and over
he's-
again. Anyways.
That's right. He's a pro.
Right. But I call it a DJ replay. I do this all the time when I'm in my car and I'm like listening, streaming something. If I come across a song I'm feeling, I won't hesitate to hit replay
oh yeah,
on
me
it.
too.
Yeah, it drives my
Forever.
girlfriend
Yeah.
nuts.
Kenzo goes crazy too.
Yeah, but I'll listen to a song 5 times in a row. If
Oh,
it's
easy.
yeah, if I
Easy.
like it a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. All right, give me one more would you rather,
All
Mari.
right, last one. Would you rather see the world without any color or just primary colors?
Hmm.
So
I gotta know
I-
what primary colors are though.
It's primary colors are red, blue, and yellow.
Okay.
So the printer colors.
Right. So
So-
colorblind or just see some colors.
I love personally, and I
colorful?
actually want to make a comic where it is just like black and white and all orange. Like that's the only color in there. So I like the idea of I would see primary colors.
okay.
Yeah, I would rather see some colors than no colors at all. So
Yeah.
I would definitely go with the primary colors if that's the option. I know there's actual colorblind listeners, and I'm sure that
Is
sucks.
that colorblind? Red, yellow, blue?
Well, yeah, I mean, if they're going to be color, they might not be all the way on the spectrum colorblind, but if you can't see certain colors, you're colorblind.
Like the world looks grayer or more muted. That's my favorite videos to watch. Brings me to tears. Are when they give. You ever seen a video online where they give someone the glasses that correct their color blindness,
Oh,
and they
oh,
see a red
oh,
balloon for the
sweet.
first time? They burst into tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red balloons are awesome.
They sure are.
Yeah, especially if there's 99 of them.
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to keep the conversation moving on to podcast broadcast. And we have so much more to get to and only a little bit of time. So you can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, or keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1. Clear.
I feel like I got off easy with those questions.
Yeah.
You did.
Don't
Yeah.
you
See?
worry. I'll get back to the drawing board. I'll make them hard.
Yes.
I'll make you a new logo.
Yes, we need to get Mario logo. So here's something cool. Check this out, Mari. So something that we're doing different on the stream is they're called the PNG files are called pings. You
Pings,
call them pings.
yeah.
I just call them PNG files. But instead of doing all these numerous backgrounds, we figured that we could just do layovers, right? Like how we would do the last word would be a layover. Yeah. So we have stuff like for the 5-second rule. And then this is centered, but there's also in the corner, so it's not covering your beautiful face. But look at my beef tips on your face.
Oh my god.
So dumb.
Okay, you big baby. There's F My Life. Of course, the Morning Moron, you saw that, but we also have them in the corner.
So cute.
Isn't
Yeah.
that great?
Those are cool.
Them perfect. Yeah, these are pings.
They look neat.
So yeah, we'll be able to do that and custom that for whatever the case.
Ooh, what's that one? I like the eyeball one.
Oh, that's Let's Get Weirdo.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. So Weirdo's coming back this year. She'll be in on Wednesdays. And let's see, there's Florida Man.
That's
I
a
like
good one.
Florida Man.
Florida Man's good. Always a classic, and it fits. Look at that.
Oh, look at
Perfect.
Because
that.
he
He's
plays
so
a
cute.
guitar,
Mm-hmm.
which could like fits the song, like as if he's the one playing. If I
Florida
could,
Man. Yeah,
I would animate that.
That would be
that
amazing.
would be amazing.
Yeah.
You never know. I'll try to animate.
You might be able to do
I
that.
could do
I
it.
might be able to do that as a file.
Yeah.
So There's Herb Stratford. This is going to make him feel fancy enough to keep coming back. The Last Word. See Morning Moron fits in there good. So all this stuff is good. And of course, we want to remind you to subscribe when you're watching and watch on demand. So, yeah.
My favorite one's Macho News
Yes, which
Because-
I didn't get to download yet because I knew we weren't getting
because he's
Macho
reading the
News yet.
newspaper. It's
Yes.
just hilarious.
It is a good graphic.
That's right.
Yes. Did you want to just do a little Macho Man real quick?
Oh, I'll do a little Macho Man for you. Oh, yeah. We'll do some Macho Man this year. Is he going to come in there? Don't look up. Don't look down. Don't look left or right because I'm right on top of you. Yeah, dig it.
Okay. Yes. So
I
that's
love that.
the Macho News. Yes. Well, you love it because you're only popping in once a week. I'm here every day, so I don't love it all the
I
time.
haven't heard that before
That's how
though.
I greet him.
Yes, he does. But yeah, so we did a wrestling segment earlier, and on Mondays we're going to do a wrestling segment playing audio from the week prior, like the best quips and burns and shit talking. And it was fantastic. We did our first segment today. It's trying it out, and it turned out to be like 8 minutes long. So it's about 4 minutes too long.
Wait, you
Yeah.
guys are? You too?
Well,
Yeah.
we're
That's
talking
good.
about it. And then
That'd be
Weirdo, if
good.
she's in on Mondays filling in for Powers, because so this year, so Powers is going to be doing a lot of like on the street stuff, not like wacky stunt bullshit, but we're going to send him out on location, say when the gem show comes and things like that. Do you have AirPods, by the way?
No, I don't. But we'll figure it
All
out.
right, yeah, we got to get you some because that will help out. But yeah, so we're trying to cast this wide net all over Tucson, do a lot of fun, cool stuff, and so a lot of that involves just kind of like roles where you literally like, okay, I need you to be here. We're gonna be talking with so and so, or show us what's going on there, and things like that. So we're excited about it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get ready for the next segment. Earlier this morning, I had to give you today's top headlines in case you missed it. And one little something like pack of tickets all week long, and it's good for any home game for your Tucson Roadrunners. So all you gotta do is keep listening. You'll have plenty of chances to win. I promise you that. But right now, I got some breaking news.
Breaking news.
This week's headlines here. First and foremost, did that scare you?
Yes.
Oh,
Breaking news.
Oh, okay.
should I bring it down to bitch level?
Breaking news.
Sure.
No, okay.
Breaking news.
All right. A 55-year-old man in Thailand accidentally left a roadside bathroom break without his wife, who he thought was in the back seat.
Okay.
He drove 100 miles before he realized, while she walked 13 miles for help. The man said he first grew suspicious that something was wrong when he noticed how peaceful the last 100 miles of driving has been.
Yep.
Mhm.
Breaking news.
A new law took effect in Louisiana this week that requires people to verify their age with ID before they can watch porn online. Now, this has angered many porn users who complain that it's very difficult and frustrating to enter ID information with only one hand.
Breaking news.
This isn't news. Go
Yes,
on.
it is. In other headlines here, a guy in Italy has more than $20,000 or had more than $20,000 in bonds and was worried that burglars might find them. So he hid them in his chimney and didn't tell his wife.
Oh.
Yeah, and then she burned them while starting a fire for the holidays. So
Right.
essentially, all of his savings went up in smoke.
Mm.
Yeah, this was the largest amount went up in smoke since Snoop Dogg hung out with friends on Saturday.
Breaking news.
All right, dating website recently conducted a survey and found that 45% of people say that the second date is the perfect time to have the first kiss.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Which is why when I have sex on the first date, I always end the night with a high five.
Breaking news.
And finally, in today's headlines, Microsoft is launching a new version of its Bing search engine.
Oh, finally.
Finally.
We're going to Bing it.
That's right. And if you want more information about Bing, you can Google it.
Breaking news.
Down.
You guys are ridiculous.
She's talking about me. She's talking about that head near my crotch that's going to grow there from that would you rather question, giving me all this sass back. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just punch him right in the face.
So you need to shave your balls.
Yeah.
I'm tired of I
Keep it
can't
down.
see anything.
Shut up.
Look at you beating yourself between your legs. Yeah, go. There people are talking on the stream about the U Fest that was just announced. So I want to do some more inside baseball talk here for you
Yeah.
guys to give you guys. And that's kind of when you stream the show, the podcast, you kind of get a little
Inside
peek
scoop.
behind the curtain. Yeah.
Yep.
So I am disappointed by the lineup from UFest, and not because of the bands that were announced on it. The bands that are announced, it's headlined by Godsmack. All right. And who are some other?
I Prevail is cool.
Yeah,
Nothing
I
more
Prevail is
school.
going to be on there. Our friends, the Black Moon's going to be on there. Grade A is going to be on there, which is kind of a bummer because I wanted to do some kind of cool stuff with Grade A's during this quarter. I don't know if that's going to happen now because there's such things as non-competes when you book a show like this, especially.
really?
Oh yeah. So within a 200-mile radius, which basically when they do something like this big in Phoenix, then those bands that are on the bill can't perform within probably like 90 days in Tucson, right? Now, what sucks is Godsmack. Godsmack should have been the headliner of our KFMA day. Now, I know that the promoter was trying to put it together, and for whatever reason, with availabilities, just didn't happen. Now, Godsmack was scheduled to headline the KFMA day that got canceled by COVID. And they promised not only promoters, but fans alike, they would make up every date that they had to cancel because of COVID. KFMA Day was definitely one of those concerts, and they have not made that up. If anything, Godsmack should have been our headliner coming back with our first KFMA Day post-COVID. Instead, they're doing UFest. I'm not too happy about that. Makes you want to go all in and take Sully's money and around a hold'em and see you're not that good, Sully. Bluffed you, bitch. Or did I? Maybe I had aces. I don't know. Because we're not even playing. But so yeah, that's a little inside baseball talk. It is disappointing to see Godsmack headlining that, but bigger market, probably bigger money. Hollywood Undead looks like they're on a bill. I didn't see them, but I Prevail is definitely on it. And yeah,
Well, also, it's not like we gave them an option. We don't have a KFMA day still.
No. I will say this, and again, maybe I'll get in a little trouble, but let's start off the year that way. They tried very, very hard to get KFMA Day for this year, and then we missed the window as far as the time, and for whatever reason. Now, I have my own opinions as to why or why not it went together, but I do know that a strong effort was put in place to make it happen, and now they're kind of focusing on fall ball instead to just get things kind of rolling. Because again, you got to have a certain amount of time to promote it. A part of the problem is Live Nation because they have a stranglehold on talents and doing big festivals, and they also made it outrageously expensive to have these bands for festivals. Yeah. And radio doesn't necessarily have the pull that it would have back in the day. A lot of times, these headliners back in the day when KFMA Day was happening, relatively next to nothing. I mean, you would pay them, but they were doing it for the radio. So, that's not necessarily the love relationship that major labels or bands have with radio stations nowadays. So it makes it a little more expensive and difficult to pull off, but it can happen. So
who gets the money for Ticketmaster? Do bands get the money?
No, so it really depends on the deal. But with Ticketmaster, and Live Nation, they'll either contract them out for an entire tour and give them a guarantee. Normally what it would be like before is each like a band's touring, they're going to different markets. It's a different promoter in each market, and they strike a deal. There would be a guarantee with a plus side, plus minus side, meaning that you're guaranteed to make $10,000. But if we sell over 2,000 tickets, then you'll get a percentage of the revenue after gross on that, so you can make even more money. And then the promoters, right? They pad the costs and say, well, I spent a little bit of money on this. So I spent $20 on that bottle of water you drank. So I got to put that in there. And then, that's the business end of it. Now, Live Nation acts as the sole promoter. They owned a majority, like I think 70% of venues in major markets across the country. So a lot of people are arguing, and Congress is even taking issue with this, talking about the monopoly practices that Live Nation Ticketmaster has because of this. Now, they can make any kind of deal they want, and the band can say no, but it also eliminates what venues they could play at, and it fucks them financially. So the only option they have is to play ball. Because if they don't, Live Nation has the ball. They won't be able to get the ball and go home, right? So that's the problem we have, and hopefully it gets, figured out.
Yeah, will it change?
Well, I mean, that really depends on Congress and things like that. But I mean, if you are a believer that, good prevails over big business, then yes, maybe that could happen. But I don't know if you've been paying attention the last 30 years.
I don't know
it's
about
not
that.
necessarily the case, right? So I don't know. There are ways to figure it out. Yeah, bring them to the TCC. I know you want that, Josh. And what's up, Josh? Josh, the manager of TCC. In fact, actually, at one point, Josh and I were talking about doing KFMA Day at the TCC.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
or some version of it. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
that's what I don't get is why don't we just put on a different show, just a different show that's not the one in the big field.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, COVID is over, buddy. We are over it, and it doesn't matter. I mean, we're a little slower to the game, but we will get back there, and it will happen. As far as shows at the TCC, obviously, we're going to still do shows at the TCC. And I wish I had the money myself. I'm going to buy a Mega Millions ticket.
Ooh.
If I win, I promise you this. A, I won't tell you guys. Fuck
I
that.
know.
Yeah. But B, then I'll just throw some massive loss leader shows myself, and not try to make money. Doesn't matter. Oh, Godsmack. You want Godsmack to play? What's your guarantee? $100,000? There's no way I'll make that, but I'll pay you $200,000. Shut the fuck up. Right? Make it happen. So fingers crossed. So I need all you guys to hope that I win the Mega Millions
Yeah.
and not yourself. And that's
Yeah.
the only way it's possible. All right, we're on 15 seconds.
I mean, good to know that, like you're saying, like they did try. They didn't not try. This.
They did try. They did try hard, and it's important, and they know that. So, and they want to make money. They just don't want to put themselves in a situation where they lose a lot of money.
Right.
Which I understand as well. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents as we're catching up, talking a lot of inside baseball on the stream and just having a good time. Of course, we'll have your beef tip here in about 10 minutes. But, this is my first show back.
Mhm.
How you feeling?
Good, actually.
Yeah.
First show back 2023. I missed you guys. Everyone here in the room and everyone listening and streaming. But there's a lot of year in review stuff that I didn't get a chance to get to because I could wish you Happy New Year now, but I just sound like a douche doing it. It's the
Yeah.
9th.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a bit late.
Yeah. You should stop saying Happy New Year around the 4th, 5th, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. But the second week in the new year, it's over with. Right. But I do have the funniest ways men injured their junk in 2022.
Oh.
Hey.
Yes. And this is on brand. So I got to get to it. So there was a man who went to the ER after scrubbing himself too hard with a loofah.
Why?
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Any crabs?
Yeah. Maybe try to get the crabs off. Maybe try to get the syphilis out.
The shame.
The shame. That's what it is. Ugh, I can't believe it. I've done that. I've scrubbed a little too hard sometimes. That slump buster wasn't worth it. I don't care if I'm over my slump.
My God.
Yeah, that's true. All right, a guy using a French press when it shattered and spilled hot coffee all over his crotch. Had to go to the ER.
Wow.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah, that's an accident. And that's why I will never hold hot chocolate or coffee between my legs anymore.
Yeah.
This happened to me when I was about 10 years old. It was early in the morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning. I was on my way to the swap meet. I was working on the weekends, the swap meet as a 10-year-old with my best friend and his brother and his dad. His dad had this little pop-up video game tent. It was awesome. So I've been working a long time. But in the morning, we stopped by the Circle K, get our hot chocolate because it's something you look forward to, right?
Yeah.
As a 10-year-old. And I'm sitting there and I got it right between my legs. And his little brother, Justin, plops into the van and we're sharing a seat for whatever reason and squeezes my legs in tight. And the thing bursts and goes all over my junk, right? I immediately start screaming, Home Alone style terror, right? Ah! Meanwhile, my whole crotch is steaming like it's Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah.
It scarred me for life and probably is the reason why, A, my testicles are way too large for my body.
That doesn't add up, but go on.
Yeah. And B, they taste like hot chocolate.
I wouldn't know, but okay.
All right. Moving forward, funniest ways men injured themselves in 2022. A dad got karate chopped in the groin by his kid, and he went to the ER 10 days later because it was still hurting.
Wow.
The good news is that kid has a future.
That's right.
Yeah.
They teach you how to break wood in the karate class.
All right, 2 more left. The man accidentally ran straight into the tip of a mop handle.
Oh, tip to tip.
Tip to tip. Yeah, not good. And finally, and this kind of reminds me of something about Mary, but a guy got it caught in a zipper and was still stuck in it when he showed up at the hospital.
Oof.
Yeah, and we got a bleeder for sure. So that's just 5 ways. There's a couple more that I'll share on a podcast broadcast, but we'll hit the reset and be back with your beef tip after these words. Keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. What's the worst way that you injured your junk?
Me, I don't know off the top of my head, but I can't think of anything. But there was one time where I mop handle makes me think of it. I was running to, I think someone was picking me up, and I'm running through the parking lot, and I didn't realize there was a tree branch, and it hits my. I mean, if I was not wearing glasses, I would have popped my own eye out.
Really?
Yup.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, did I just not? And yeah,
Wow.
great, knocked my glasses off, but I almost ran right into like a twig on a thing, blind myself. I think about that a lot.
Yeah. She would have been one eyed. I mean, yeah.
Do you ever think about like the time you almost killed yourself by because we've all somehow dodged something
Yeah.
at some point?
Yeah. I mean, there was one time, I guess it was at a kegger, right? I'm in the back of a truck. We just got the keg tapped, and it's back of my buddy McKay's truck. And we were at this desert location. No, we never really partied at before, but it was on top of like a hill. And where the setup was, it was kind of a flat, but it was slanted. And then over the ledge was like a 40-foot drop, right? And I'm standing in the back, and I'm playing Tap Master, right? And my buddy McKay was an idiot, and he didn't put the emergency brake on. So it was only in park, and it was an automatic, right? Or manual. And so it went out of gear, and then all of a sudden the truck starts rolling back. Now I'm kind of stuck, and I'm kind of fat, and I'm kind of frozen. Everyone else jumps off the truck, but I'm looking straight at this ledge like, oh shit, I'm about to go off this ledge. And at the very last second, I think it was McKay himself kind of reached in to his truck to try to get control of it, inadvertently grabbed the steering wheel, which pulled it to go into a direction and went into a slight ditch.
Wow.
And just missed that drop off. And with that, I hit that ditch and I fucking fly, right? And like it was like my feet were taken off from underneath me. I fall on my back, the keg flies, I got beer all over myself, but I was okay.
Yeah.
And that was a situation that I think about sometimes.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah. What about you, Mari?
Nothing like that, but I did spill like super hot refried beans on my crotch.
You don't
Yeah.
almost die because of that.
I mean, it's in the same vein, right?
So you got a fire crotch. Nice.
Yeah.
Now you know how your redhead friends feel.
My redhead boys.
Mhm.
If you go by his logic, where his balls smell like hot chocolate still,
Oh,
You smell like refried
you
beans.
smell like refried
how'd you guys
beans.
know?
Yeah,
Wow, it
yeah.
makes
Sorry.
sense now.
Yeah.
No, man.
It all makes sense.
And don't worry, it's somewhat common
Oh, God.
based off my studies. All right, a few more reasons or ways that people hurt their junk in 2022. A guy was sitting on the toilet holding a nail file, and he leaned forward to grab toilet paper, and it stabbed himself
Oh
in the
my
business.
God.
Yikes.
Ow.
Yeah, sharp nail file. A man was working out with a friend when an elastic exercise band slipped out of his friend's hand, and the handles just struck him in the groin. Hurt him enough to go to the hospital.
Ow.
A guy was having a pillow fight with his dog,
Okay.
and the dog lunged for the pillow, but he basically was like a bull matador
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
moved the pillow out of the way, and the dog accidentally bit him in the junk.
Oh.
Yeah, which always sucks. Two more left. Last one's brutal. Just giving you a heads up. This
Okay.
one's not too nice either. A guy's groin piercing got caught in a car door,
Oh.
Ah.
and another guy's groin piercing got caught in a dishwasher door. And a third guy also slammed his junk in the fridge. I don't feel bad for any of these guys. If they have the extra slack to get it caught in things.
Just walking around naked, just like
I-
swinging it
I
around
guess
like
so.
the kitchen.
Well, I mean, I definitely make that kind of like immediate after sex, like walk to the kitchen to get something to drink, as your
Right.
victory lap.
Yeah.
You're like, "Ah."
I mean, it's genetic. I immediately need a sandwich.
Yeah.
A
There.
sandwich.
Right.
Immediately.
But yeah, I mean, again, you got to be blessed to have these kind of accidents. But this one is for someone who's not blessed, and you got to be careful. So your PSA of the day: a man was using a penis pump and suddenly heard a pop.
No.
Mhm. Yeah, you got to cheat. You're trying to make it bigger. I got to keep going. No, man, there's a max amount. Ugh.
Oh,
Wait, what is the pop though?
That's his
Is it-
dick
But
popping.
like, what's popping?
His dick.
Like the blood inside of it
casing?
The
popping?
like, you ever like microwave a hot dog too long?
Oh
That's
my-
what I'm
Like, do
imagining.
you think it literally like spilled out?
I think it
Oh.
split it open. I think it popped it.
Ah.
Yeah. And there's no putting that back. And if there is, it's goddamn ugly. And dicks were already ugly to begin with.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that's a bad visual.
That's
Yeah.
hard.
I'll send you the picture.
Ugh.
No, I don't have a picture.
I didn't even realize those things pump. Like they pump.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
actual
they totally
pumps.
pump. Like
Uh-huh.
Austin Powers. You remember that
Yeah,
one?
but
Like,
it's a joke. I don't know.
No,
if
no,
a
it's
thing.
real.
Really?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's based in
Real life.
reality. Oh yes. I,
My mind's a little blown.
yeah. So is that guy's penis, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'm probably gonna cut this Rob Zombie song short, which will piss off some, but you got to do a beef tip and wrap things up. What did we not get to
Warming.
today? Is there anything that you wanted to get to, Mari, that we didn't get to today?
no, I'm feeling good.
Nice. What about you, Powers?
I got a few things we might save till Friday.
Okay. Well, what's one that we're not going to save till Friday, or anything that you wanted to mention before we go?
I'm going to be the new public affairs guy.
Oh, yes. That's a big deal. So, Powers, I think we actually talked about it before vacation.
A little, but I got a gig.
Yes.
I did get the job.
Yes, he got the job. So all that dressing up, no matter how much I made fun of him, is this why you're going to be wearing blazers around the station?
That's right. 2023. It's all classy. A classy guy now.
Yeah. But yeah, this is good news. So he replaced Mary. So you'll be hearing Powers on Sunday unavoidably on every single radio station that Lotus owns.
That's right.
Doing his PSA show, which will be super fun. Basically spotlighting local nonprofits. And I mean, the show itself serves a great purpose for the community.
It does.
And, it's good that you're going to be on it because, there isn't a better person for the job. I knew that. That's why I put in a referral. That's what got you the job.
I appreciate it. Thanks. It's weird.
Hey.
His
All because of
referral
you.
was on a napkin and it was greasy, but
Still worked.
it was the thumbs up print, and that's what counts.
You can say a lot about me, right? And I know you do behind my back, but you can't necessarily say I'm a liar. I promised you some things. I said, hey, you come along this way, and there's going to be opportunities here, and I promise we're going to work towards this, and this. And have we been achieving goals together?
We've been achieving goals
Right?
together.
And guess what? We got more motherfucking goals.
Boom.
Yeah, and
Promise.
and when you keep achieving things, why would you ever doubt that you can't achieve these things? So it's all about dreaming them, and then making one step at a time towards that goal. And so we have a lot of goals that are going to include you, and I promise it's going to be an awesome year. Because we make every year like it's last, because with this company and
You never know.
you never know. Like, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy every second I got, because who knows when they're taking things away. So all right, let's go right into a beef tip here.
Hmm.
And real quick, just a reminder, razor's a dick. Okay, here we go. So I throw that out there.
Dig into the skin, knuckle crack the bone, 21 to win.
Yeah, all right. We are all out of time here on Beef Vegan Presents, the podcast broadcast. I'd like to thank everybody for listening to the show as always. And Robin Nash is up next. Razors after that. But before we leave you this morning, I'd like to give you our first beef tip of the year. And I know like a lot of New Year's resolutions is that to lose weight, right?
Mhm.
Well, this beef tip has something to do with that. They say it might be healthier to eat foods in this specific order that I'm about to share with you. And this is very important if you might have like type 2 diabetes, right? It's out there. It's all about it's not about really what you eat. It's just the order that you eat it in. A 2015 study found that this helps when you eat foods in a specific order. They say start with vegetables first and other high fiber foods, then move on to fats and proteins. And then you can finish with simple carbs or anything with lots of sugar in it, like dessert. So next time you eat, make sure you start off with your veggies and then work your way to the sweet stuff. And that will keep your blood sugar from spiking. And studies have shown this. You give me this look like I'm full of it.
Starting with a salad and having a meal and then dessert afterwards isn't exactly breaking news.
Some people don't do that. Sometimes they do it backwards. I don't know.
I do carbs first.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people
Also-
eat that bread. Don't eat that bread. Eat the veggies and eat the bread. That's your beef tip. Thank you guys for listening. Drive safe, ride safe. And as always, rock local. Later.
Right.
When you wish upon a side
Thank
of
you guys.
Hey,
beef,
give it to him.
will
2023.
come to all
What's
your
that
dreams.
phrase?
But if
What's it?
you've been
Keep on fucking?
mean or
Keep
kind
on
to bad,
fucking.
There you
I
go.
will knock out all your
Keep on fucking,
teeth.
Tucson. Keep on fucking.
He's back.
Yes, thank you. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Later.
Bye.